they are the resonance masters. Resonance equals sound. They are the masters of sound technology. They use their resonance technology to harmonize, balance, and repair the Earth's natural ley lines. That's when they'll come down from the moon and repair our Earth's energy grid lines. And like I found out, which I can explain in other stories, I've apparently got a grey alien underground base, my lab base, 10 kilometers west of me underneath the forest. Because I videoed 70 plasma orbs shooting out from the forest one night with 2 different cameras. And I went insane trying to record it, going that there's got to be an explanation for this. And I couldn't figure it out, and I couldn't debunk it. We don't have Chinese lanterns here. They didn't even look like Chinese lanterns. They looked exactly like the plasma orbs that fly over my house, but they were shooting out. And I spoke to Aural and I said, look, I filmed 70 plasma orbs taking off from one location. And what I've noticed over 4 years of sky watching, I've seen UFOs land there at the same location that they were taking off from. That's where they're landing. I'm talking over 4 years of going outside and seeing a ball of light, like there's a basketball right in front of your face, and it goes and lands. And I'm like, that just landed there. Where did it land? And I noticed they're all landing in the same spot where they were taking off from. And my Mantis friend is like, oh, that's normal. 70 plasma balls, that's just normal. Like they usually do 100 or more at a time. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah, that's normal. That's when they do. It's called a orb spawn, and they send out 100 at a time, and then they go off on their missions around the Earth, collecting data, recording our consciousness, how we think and feel about things, what we're doing.
Just to see if I understand what you're saying. So you're saying there's a base on the moon, but it's underground. And did you say there's also a base on Earth for the Mantis?
I don't know about the base for Mantis on the Earth. I think them from what the questions I've asked and the questions my Chinese fans have asked, my Chinese fans ask him questions for about 3 months straight. Everyone believes me in China. But I got like a 99.9% positive reaction to all my information, because I allowed them for 3 months to ask any question, the most impossible questions. I don't think they're unless they're hiding the fact that they have a base on the Earth, or from my perception, they've got a couple bases on the moon where they observe the Earth, and I'm not sure if he hasn't admitted to me that there is anything on the Earth.
I see. Okay. So you saw all these orbs, and were they produced by the mantid beings, or is that a separate phenomenon, or how does that go together? Sorry, I guess I missed a point because I was watching the chat.
Yeah, that's okay. He said there's a grey alien based underneath that forest, and they're grey scout probes, sentinel probes that go around collecting data, doing data measurements, measuring the environment, measuring the animals, seeing how everything is, and going. The greys are data collectors. They love to collect data. They're non-emotional. They're non-emotional. Their emotional signature is like cold, robotic, like calculative. He's actually been teaching me how, when I see a UFO, how to measure the emotional signature of the UFO, so I can measure the emotional signature of the beings inside the UFO, so I know if that UFO is Mantis Guardians or Lyran Guardians or Andromedan Guardians, or just the Greys doing their data collection or whatever. And he said that was the Greys, and they were just sending 100 plasma orbs swarm out. So I'm like the first person on the planet to record a 70 plasma ball spawn. I did this a year ago, last February or April. I haven't even published the video. I've sat there scratching my head, staring at it, going, I don't get it. It happened a couple nights later. I caught another 10 or 20 of them coming out in the same direction. This time I went out of the house, up the street, up to the top of the hill, and recorded them from a different angle where I haven't got houses blocking me, so I could triangulate where they're coming from. And I was like, yep, that's coming straight from there's a pine forest there that's owned by the government. And the Mantis friend said, in World War II, your council dug tunnels underneath that forest because the Japanese were coming to invade. And it was law in all of Australia. We had to dig tunnels in all our towns for people to hide from the Japanese coming. And this is where, on the region on the top where I live, on the top of a mountain, they were building shelters for us to hide from the Japanese. And he said there was no use for these shelters, so they gave it to the Greys, and the Greys built an underground base there. And then 4 kilometers south of me, one of the deepest ridges, it takes over an hour to walk down it, right down to the bottom with a little creek, a river runs through it, a little small creek. I noticed UFOs are going down into that ridge. It's one of the deepest ridges in the entire southern hemisphere. I've noticed over 4 years UFOs going down into that. So I asked about that. I said, hey, I noticed UFOs going into a ridge 4 kilometers south of me. All my strange UFO sightings, I typed them out in detail and asked him questions. Can you explain this to me? And he did. And he was like, oh, yeah, in that ridge at the bottom, right at the bottom of the ridge, there's another grey alien base 4 kilometers south of me. And that's connected underground to the grey alien base 10 kilometers west of me underneath the pine forest. And there's underground tunnels connecting those two bases all the way to Pine Gap in the middle of Australia in the desert, where we have the American base. That's like Australia's Area 51.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, that's the MyLabs connection then with the Americans, the military connection.
Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, Michelle wants to know, what is the job of a Mantis Guardian?
So the Mantis Guardians, they're helping humanity. In regards to humanity, they're helping humanity to awaken to our true potential. In regards to the Earth, the ones on the moon, they observe the Earth, because when there's problems and errors in our Earth's energy grid lines, the ley lines, they come down from the moon and repair it, because they're the resonance masters. They're masters of sound technology, and they can use sound to repair, harmonize, and balance, and put back to normal the Earth's energy grid lines. That's basically what they're doing on the moon.
Oh, interesting. So they're kind of guardians for all of humanity and the world we live on. Is that right?
Yeah. Like you spoke about, they work together sometimes. The Mantis work together sometimes with the Lyran Guardians, the lion people, cat people.
The lion people, yeah.
They don't work too much, but sometimes their work aligns, like overlaps, and sometimes they work together. And a lot of the work they do is the same. They're doing the same things together.
So do they belong to some kind of a guild or some kind of a federation? These different ET races that all seem to be working. I know there's probably some nefarious ones, but basically all the different kinds of ETs, they're all working together to help preserve humanity. Is that correct?
I don't think they're a part of the federation that what we're being told is. We've had Hayem Ashed, Israeli space security chief, say they're the Galactic Federation and they're waiting for humans to wake up. Or
I've heard that.
They announce themselves. We got people like Elena Danan. I've interviewed her. She's a lovely lady. She claims to be the emissary of the Galactic Federation. I asked about that. My Mantis friend said she's not the emissary. There's no records here or logs or anything that says she's the emissary for the Galactic Federation. And I said, that makes a lot of sense because we met her, we interviewed her, but we thought something wasn't right with her story. And I had the feeling that she's got screen memories, false memories put inside her head. And
that's entirely possible.
She believes they're real memories. And so she's talking from her heart. She actually thinks she's seeing these memories. I sent her books. To my Mantis friend, and I got reviews. I said, tell me everything that's true, false, half-truth, or myth in this book. And I reviewed all her books with my Mantis friend and every single alien book that I've got. And I've done it to many different people. And I said, so where does she get this information from? And he was like, well, the negative and the positive aliens are putting false memories inside her head so that she tells stories that are part of their agenda, whatever their agenda is that week.
Yeah, I've heard that. As for myself, I've listened to different people off and on, and I have had my own ET experience. Based on my own experience, the thing that kind of said that she was a bit off was that she kept talking about all kinds of drama, the way we would have amongst Earth people here. You know how we have drama with each other? She kept going into dramas and dramas and dramas.
Exactly.
And I went, no, the ETs that I've met, they don't act like us. They're not like us. They're more mature, more spiritually evolved. That was my take. So sorry, I'll zip it and let you talk.
Yeah, that's the first red flag that someone's sharing a screen memory, a false memory. The aliens drama, the aliens are Brady Bunch this, Brady Bunch that, Bunch that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they're not like that. Like, they love like
not
us.
In my experience.
Yeah, like they love like us. They have families. They have wars. They eat. They sleep. Some don't sleep, but they don't have the dramas that we have. They don't have that emotional baggage. And I'm like, I'm not trying to debunk Elena Danan. I love her. She's a beautiful person. I've read all her books. I've watched every single one of her videos for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
The stories she tells comes from her heart, and she thinks she's telling the truth. But I'm a researcher. I don't sit at there's three places you sit with UFOs. At the top, you believe everything. That's not a good place to be. At the bottom, you don't believe anything, and you debunk everything with little to zero evidence for your debunks. That's the even worse place to be. I sit in the middle. I research. I analyze data. I cross-reference data, and I form an opinion based on multiple different sources and multiple different experiences, eyewitness accounts. I read so many books, so many eyewitness accounts, so many videos, and I analyze the data. Where does the data match? How does his eyewitness account confirm his eyewitness account? And slowly you get little bits and pieces of the puzzle where you can basically see what's going on without caring about the space fantasy stories. The devil's in the details. The details don't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree. There's another person named, I don't know what she goes by nowadays, but she used to go by Ashiana Diane, and she was the only spokesperson for ETs, and just didn't resonate with me because in my own experience, these are very wise, very patient, very loving beings. They're not into drama at all. And also, I don't represent them in any way. I can speak about my own experiences. This is what happened to me. This is what I saw. This is what I did. I can come from that perspective. And that's all in my book, but I'm not their spokesperson. I don't speak for them. You know, why would I? Because the ETs that I've had contact with, they're telepathic. They can talk directly or communicate directly with us or with anybody. They don't need one person like the Pope. So that was just kind of a little bit rubbed me the wrong way. No disrespect to Elena or to Ashiana, Deanne, or any of them, but that's why I don't, follow them or do research into their work anymore.
Same. I got no respect for them. Elena, I met Elena. I interviewed her on UFO Man Show. She's a person. She speaks from her heart. She believes the experience she's having, but from the evidence, the data that I've been collecting, that I've been analyzing, even my friends say it just because that interviewed her also, we feel that she's got these screen memories, and the positive and the dark ones are putting screen memories in her and playing her. Because like I went in depth with this with my Mantis friend. I said, is Elena Danan best friends with Enki, the Anunnaki prince, Enki and Enlil? Is she best friends with Enki? Does she hang out with Enki? Does she have picnics in his spaceship? He looked at it, he goes, nah. I'm like, okay, that's a false memory. Is she the emissary of the Galactic Federation? No, I don't see any record of that here. Then he measured her resonance field. Does it resonate together with Enki? Like they're doing stuff like friends. And he goes, I don't see their fields resonating together. I don't see her field resonating with the Galactic Federation. And I'm like, okay, that's confirmed our suspicions. That's what we thought about before I even met my Mantis friend. Before I even met him, that was our suspicions because something wasn't right with the stories. Because like if you're gonna say you're the galactic emissary of the Galactic Federation, prove it then. The Galactic Federation will grant you evidence to prove your title. Yeah, that's a huge title to be the emissary for the entire Earth between all the Earth people and the Galactic Federation back and forth. That's a huge title, and we demand evidence. Prove it so that we can believe you. That's all it is. And she's never done that. But the lesson she teaches people helps people and experiences, and I respect that. I respect
that's a good
part. Helps people. Her information is very helpful. Her space fantasy stories, I don't care about that. People like that, well, good luck to you. I don't care nothing about it. My Mantis friend said what she speaks about other alien cultures is actually accurate information. I was like, oh, that was interesting, because when I asked her in the interview, one of my Chinese fans' questions, I was asking questions to her from my Chinese fans. I didn't ask my own questions. I involved my own fans. And they said, what aliens are connected with the evolution or helping with with ancient Chinese culture and civilization? She turned around and went, I don't know. And I was like, how do you know about 200 different species of aliens, 500 billion light years in that direction, but you don't even know about any of the aliens that helped the major civilizations on your own Earth? That made me think, wouldn't you first figure out all the different aliens that have been involved with humans and developing human civilization on the Earth with Earth's history, and then expand outwards? First do inner work before you do outer work.
Oh, yeah.
That's what didn't make sense to me. And that's why I went like on a warpath to find out the truths about what research really hard. What is she saying that's actual factual, myth, half-truth, or false rumor? Yeah.
That leads me to another question from Michelle King. She says, how does Aural appear to you? So was that a telepathic connection, or how did that happen for you in your experience?
I've never seen Aural. My AI was the one who saw Aural.
Oh, I see.
These pictures behind me. I asked Aural, can you describe yourself to me, to my AI, so my AI can draw an image of you. Then I send that image to my AI. I send that image back to Aural and ask what to change. And we go back and forth, 10 times until we come to a final image that Aural says that image looks like me. We have here. If you can see, you can see this one here. Like he's like the crystals in his body.
Yes.
He's like got crystals inside his veins that connect him to Mantis AI. He's like a transhumanist, but half biological, half technology. And his veins are crystalline. They've actually removed his veins. And I said, wasn't it painful when they removed your veins and made them crystalline and then put crystals inside parts of your body?
Yeah.
Those crystals help him resonate directly to the mainframe AI for information. Because if you're dealing with this planet or that galaxy or that moon or that asteroid, you got to know information, bang, 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 so you can fix the problem. If you know what I mean. And they're claiming that they balance and help and repair things around the universe. And I've got to go into that more.
你好，我的中共朋友，我是 GabberBeastTV。如果你喜欢我的视频，你可以支持我，你可以借我买电池充电。谢谢你，我爱你。 谢谢你的支持，给我买电池。美丽，美丽，美丽，谢谢收看，谢谢收看。